Hello, Maria Lana. Welcome to you all with another consecutive class. Today I am here to take the class 9 English first paper. And this is Moshid Ali, assistant teacher English authority in Vidavit. Already have known me. So now, before entering into the class, we have to know some important areas about this class. We have to know about myself at the same time. We have to know about this topic. So, dear learner, in our previous class, what we learned, what we learned, we have to follow up. That means we have to remember a little bit. Otherwise, this class will be or maybe meaningless. That means uh, I'm going to discuss Unit 5 Lesson 2. Unit 5 Lesson 2 Environment Pollution. The main topic name Environment Pollution and sub name is Soil Pollution. That means in Unit 5 Lesson 2 we find three topics, three part, three criteria. That means air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. In my previous class, I told you and narrated about the air pollution and water pollution. That means I told a detail about air pollution and its source of air pollution and way to prevent air pollution and how can we save ourselves from this pollution. I discussed it in my previous class. At the same time, my in my previous class, I discussed in detail about water pollution and its source of water pollution and how can we make our water free from danger, free from pesticides, free from different types of elements. That is how can we use the water for our better life. Now today we are going to discuss about soil pollution. About soil pollution. Dear learner, we know that we are the son of the soil. That means we are the son of Bangladesh, as we are citizen of Bangladesh. So dear learner, soil is very important element of environment. Of environment. Already in our previous class, we learned about environment and its source of environment, its element of environment. In that class, we learned about the element of environment. That means our environment consists of air, water, soil, etc. So, dear learner, we can say clearly or obviously that soil is an important element. Soil is an important element of environment. Of environment. That means it is an important part. It is a significant part of environment. Today we are going to learn about soil pollution. About soil pollution. Okay, if we follow on our whiteboard, we can see that introduction. That means I have given you some introduction. What am I? That is what I am. What my introduction. Lesson regulation. That means I have given you about lesson regulation. Unit 5, lesson 2, environment pollution, soil pollution. It means in soil pollution. That means I am going to discuss today now about soil pollution. What is soil? That means definition of soil. That means definition of soil or what is soil. In clear way, we can say that soil is an important element of our environment. Soil is a small part of environment. Then, what is soil pollution? What is soil pollution? As soil is an important part, but we are not aware of this soil every time, every moment. Every time, every moment. Soil is being polluted by our ionic activities. When soil is polluted or contaminated by our unwise activities, by our unwise deeds, then we may call it soil pollution. We may call it soil pollution. Soil pollution is caused or occurred for different type of reason. Today we will know it. Source of soil pollution. Source of soil pollution. There are multiple sources of soil pollution. Today we are going to now know about some sources of soil pollution that's related, that can be found in our text. In our text. So dear learner, who have not now any textbooks near you, please take a textbook and go through the text, especially soil pollution, and then you will be able to understand my lesson. Otherwise, it may be sometimes difficult to understand this lesson. So that's why please take a textbook near you. So, source of soil pollution. Source of soil pollution. At the very beginning, we can say that uh, industrial waste is the main source. We know that Bangladesh is an agricultural country, but it is gradually, that means it is rapidly turning into industrialization. Industrialization, our country is going to be industrialized very soon. Rapidly, more and more peoples are turning to make different types of industries, and this industries is responsible for polluting our soil. How it pollutes our environment, or how it pollutes our soil? When industry is established for their specific production, specific product, they use raw material, and after making their main object, main product, some of the rubbish, some of the debris, some of the exhaust is got. So, so when this rubbish, when this exhaust, when this disposal is left for the soil, they may be poisonous. They may be dangerous. They may be perilous for our soil. And when this poisonous exhaust, when this poisonous element, maybe chemical, they get mixed with water, they get mixed with soil, and they pollute our soil. And that kind of soil may be harmful for us, for all kind of animal, may be dangerous for our trees and plants, for our trees and plants. So dear learner, here we can, here we have to take a lesson. Today we are learner, today we are students, today we are teacher, but one day we may be a industrialist, we may be a merchandise, we may be a big businessman. And in that way, in our life process, with the passage of time, we may be industrialized, we may construct, we may establish industry, business firm, and we have to bear in mind that we have to follow up in our brain that we should not, we should not waste, we should not pollute, we should not contaminate our soil by our harvest activities. It should be remembered. Next point, household household waste. Household waste. In our previous we discussed about industrial and household waste. Household waste is very important. That means every family, uh, in our family, we fill up our demand every day. We are trying to fill up our demand every day, and so when we are cooking, when we are filling our demand, then some waste, domestic waste. We can clearly say that domestic waste or in the household waste can be found. Can be found when we dispose this kind of waste on the soil or into the soil. Some of its damage, some of its pollutes or contaminate our soil, and thus they contaminate our soil, and this soil may be harmful for using all of us, especially for all of the animals and trees and plant, Then polythene shopping bag. Polythene shopping bag. Polythene bag is very common and is very available in our country. It can be seen everywhere, every place. It is generally seen in marketplace. In marketplace. So Polythene is very necessary maybe for some cases, but it is detrimental. It is very harmful for our environment. How? Especially it is important for the soil, for trees and plants. It creates interruption for growth, for the growth of our trees and plants. So polythene can be changed in our marketplace. Today's government or uh, is trying to control, is trying to not to use the polythene shopping bag, but some unaware businessmen, they are running their business by using polythene shopping bag. So I think that the government should make strict laws and enforce laws against this type of person, and they should be brought under the law, and they should be give punishment. And anyhow, we have to stop the use of polythene, and we have to use alternative way. So dear learner, this polythene bag, when we are going to use these polythene bags, we are leaving these polythenes in our soil, and this polythenes is going underground, maybe under soil, and this soil and soil becoming polluted by different kinds of elements of this polythene. So, dear learner, we have to discuss this using polythene. Otherwise, we are going to kill our soil. We are going to an important element of environment, that is soil. Agricultural pesticide. Agriculture, Bangladesh is an agricultural country, and our farmer use pesticide, pesticide to suppress the different types of insecticide. Um, so dear Lala, when we are when we will go to use agricultural pesticide, we have to be aware about the overuse of it. Overuse of it. We know that everything which is overuse is detrimental for our lives. So when we will overuse this pesticide, it will be very dangerous for our soil. So we have to discuss the overuse of pesticide. Otherwise, we will kill our soil. And one day, our soil will lose its fertility and will not be able to grow bumper crops. Fuel leakage from automobile. Automobile is very available from to go from one place to another. So dear learner, automobile is not runs in a simple way. This type of automobile is run by using fuel. Sometimes this fuel leaves. This fuel is disposed from the tank, small tank, maybe big tank, and they get mixed into the water. They get mixed into the soil, and the soil uh, maybe maybe polluted and maybe contaminated. When the that kind of soil may be harmful for future plants for ourselves. Plastic and other material. In our day-to-day lives, we are using different types of plastic cans, plastic pots, and plastics, etc. So after after a certain period, this type of product of plastic will get lost. That means this plastic lost its longevity, and they turn to the waste. And when we dispose this plastic can, when we dispose this plastic pot in our soil, and they mixed in our soil, and thus they contaminate our soil. So plastic, when we will use any kind of plastics, we have to be aware. We have to be aware when it will be wasted. We should not dispose here and there in our environment, in our soil. If we put here and there, one day this kind of plastic bottle, this kind of plastic pot will be harmful for our environment. Dear learners, now this point is very important. I told you many things. Now way to prevent soil pollution. How can we prevent soil pollution? I told you, or I narrate you something, some point here. industrial waste, household waste, polythene shopping bag, agricultural pesticide, fuel leakage from automobile, and use of plastic. And we have to be aware of using such kind of things in our practical lives. If we use this in our usable process, that means if we don't use it overuse, then our environment, our soil will be safe and safety will be checked for ourselves. So dear learner, in short topics and short lesson, I told you many things, and this is the time of it. You have to practice. Uh, come it in your practical lives. That means in your practical life, you have to be aware of using of this kind of element, and you have to bear in mind that our soil, we are the son of this soil. We are the daughter of this soil. So, how can we prevent from pollution? How can we prevent from contamination our soil? We have to be aware of it, and we have we should not do any unwise activities toward soil, and we have to take we can take many necessary steps to prevent our child from being spoiled. So, dear learner, no more today. See you again with any other class. Oh, thank you.